Welcome back. Last time, we got the bad ending. We failed terribly at life. We committed suicide in our agony. But now we're back, and we have a save point. And should we present the evidence? Let's not show the evidence, because that's the right thing to do. You lie. We lie? Really, Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Conclusive evidence. A piece of a little bit of Gant's own medicine, eh? It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Looks like part of it's been cut off for some reason. I mean, you had this in your safe? That means the Chief of Police concealed evidence. We've established that. This is the difference between the bad ending and the good ending. By not presenting the evidence, we've gotten Gant to confess to concealing the evidence in his safe. What really happened he was the first person to arrive at the crime scene. Then it occurred to me I could use the situation to control Lena. If he made it look like the blame lay with Emma, when she saw the scene, she'd ask her for help. So he helped her, told her to arrange all the evidence, had her plant the knife, and move the body. And Edgeworth ended up using that evidence to convict Joe Dark. But Gant hid the two pieces of evidence. One being the fragment of the jar, the other one being the piece of cloth, for insurance, of course. Of course he was calculating that far ahead. See this jar fragment? He hid the most legible part of Emma's name. He didn't expect Lena to wipe the blood off with all of it. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate that too? Of course we don't. That's why he kept one more item, eh? The piece of cloth. This is key, so you admit to it, that you were hiding the cloth in your safe. Remember the first time we presented the cloth, he denied having it in his safe. But now that he admitted it, it's safe to present it. Besides that fact, there's a critical contradiction we're going to point out then. It's been a long battle. The moment of truth is here. We'll show the evidence. The inclusive evidence. Present the strip of cloth. Verify this once more. You personally cut out this piece from the victim's chest, of the victim's vest. Notice is the same thing. There's a handprint on it. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. I mean, it must be authentic. But there's one fact remaining that will prove it to be a forgery. Of course we do. This is starting to sound familiar. But we're a bit more confident this time. Because we know we got Gant into the hole. It should be okay now. We'll admit it. The fingerprints belong to Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Not through with you yet, Gant. First we're spinning lies, and now we're a monster. It's not over yet. Purposely concealed this evidence, eh? There's just one little thing we gotta clear up. I told you, there is one contradiction left. Yes. That isn't possible. Like I said, critical contradiction. What is this fool babbling about? You may be surprised, you may be not surprised. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Of course, that would be the picture that we got from Lana. See, notice how there's blood on his chest underneath? There's blood on his shirt, where the piece was cut out. That's the problem. The piece of cloth doesn't have any blood on it. Ta-da! There's no doubt she shoved the prosecutor aside, but she didn't kill him. Score. He was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He was most likely knocked out, like Joe Dark. Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky, picked up the prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? And make it look like Emma was responsible, he proceeded to frame her by writing the message on the jar, then broke the jar to leave behind a clue, and thus the ruse was completed. What did you admit to a little bit ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. The very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. Super Saiyan! We'll stop the video here. The start of the next video is going to be an epic breakdown